this extra time, or do we kind of lock it down, deliver on it, and then looking at punting anything new into the next period?
Is it here, this one, or the address? Is it here, mate?
Just here, mate.
Oh yeah, no worries, mate.
Thank you very much.
No worries, mate. No worries. Take care, mate. Take care.
This route avoids road closures on the M1. You're on the fastest route. You will arrive at 12:59 p.m.
Okay.
Through the web freely, and even pay for information he wanted on the dark web. And Will knew how to do this with tools he'd first used as a police officer tracking drug dealers online.
The Facebook graph tool. You could pretty much punch anyone's Facebook profile into and export a lot more information than they would otherwise be willing to show, like their interaction with other people's photos, all of their comments, all of their photos, the groups they were in.
There's a name for this. It's called open source intelligence. And as Will explained, it's basically
hoovering up information all over the place, generally the internet, and then turning it into a product that can be actioned.
This is the kind of thing that takes a lot of skill and a lot of time. But Will was good at it. After months of digging, Will started following the harasser from pseudonym to pseudonym, finding accounts he owned on different social media platforms. And Will discovered something else. Like in Levittown, this one harasser had many victims.
حرکت عجیب این زن دنیا رو شوکه کرد. این زن برای اثبات وجود خدا به این روش متوسل شد و نتیجهش حیرت آور بود. او کنار دریا دقیقاً تا جایی که موجها به ساحل می‌زدند ایستاد و دقیقاً در همان نقطه نام خدا را روی شنها نوشت. عجیبه که این بار موجها قبل از آن که به نوشته برسند برگشتند. او این بار نام خدا را از روی شنها پاک کرد و واقعاً باور نکردنیه که این بار موجها تا همون جایی دفعه اول جلو.
At IGA, we've got Easter specials that are special to you, like Global Seafood Cooked Tail-on Prawn Cutlets 500 grams, $16.99 each, and Zoosh Dips 185 gram selected varieties, $2.50 each. IGA, you can't beat local at Easter. Offer ends Monday, April 21.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers listen to, they'll hear your message. Plus, only iHeart can extend your message to audiences across broadcast radio. Think podcasting can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, radio, and podcasting. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
How could a beautiful young first grade teacher be stabbed 20 times, including in the back, allegedly die of suicide? Yes, that was the medical examiner's official ruling. After a closed-door meeting, he first named it a homicide. Why? What happened to Ellen Greenberg? A huge American miscarriage of justice. For an in-depth look at the facts, see What Happened to Ellen on Amazon. All proceeds to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
As Will Wallace followed the suspected harasser around the internet, he found other victims, including a young woman named Lucy, who had been harassed for more than half a decade, starting when she lived not far from the first victim.
I'm really still trying to untangle in my adult life how it has affected certain things that happened to me in my later years of high school.
The first time Lucy was harassed online in 2015, she was going to an all-girls high school, similar to the school I went to when I was growing up in New Zealand. All-girls schools are the norm. We wore a uniform every day. We even had a special cream-coloured outfit just for church. Lucy also had to wear a uniform.
We were fed talking points like being only surrounded by other girls is better for your academic standard because you're not distracted by boys. And we were just trained to be good girls. I think it reiterated that we were lesser than boys. So we were constantly thinking of how to appear more attractive or more cool to the boys.
As Lucy learned, whether it's in Levittown, Long Island, or a beach town in New Zealand, just identifying as a girl online can make you a target. And in Lucy's case, she learned she was a target from some friends who saw her face on the dating app, Tinder.
I was under the age of 18, so I could not have a Tinder. But some guys that I knew who were maybe 1 or 2 years older than me sent me screenshots of a Tinder account with all of my photos on it and were asking if it was me.
The photos had been taken from her Instagram account. Some of them featured her in her high school uniform. At first, Lucy thought that was kind of funny, maybe a joke. But then she learned that there was more to it.
When this person matched with a boy on Tinder, they would send them a Snapchat account, and through that Snapchat account would send like very explicit nude and sexual content, but without a face.
The photos that were sent back weren't altered images of Lucy. They were nude photos that were cropped so you couldn't see a face. But whoever had created the fake account clearly wanted to make it look like Lucy was sending back nude and sexual content. She decided she would report it to the police in Nelson, her hometown in New Zealand.
I went after school one day in my school uniform to the police station, and I knocked on the little window thingy, and a middle-aged man came out, and I said I maybe needed some help. But as soon as he stepped up to the window, I remember getting really nervous and suddenly feeling so silly, because it's actually rather public when you go to the police. You have to kind of plead your case in the waiting room, which is quite echoey and loud. So this random middle-aged man, police officer, come up to the window and asked me what was wrong, and I kind of feebly told him that I think someone had stolen my pictures and was faking my identity on Tinder, and he just stared at me blankly.
She said she felt so weird being in this public space, trying to explain this bizarre, upsetting, and deeply personal situation to this man who was completely clueless.
And he just had no idea what I was talking about. And he just had no idea what I was talking about. I remember him just saying, "Oh, Snapchat, what's that?" he had really no idea what I was talking about.
To be fair, this was around 2015. Snapchat and Tinder were only 3 or 4 years old.
I think I just went in with confidence out of 10, and every minute that I was in the waiting room, it just depleted by 1 point. By the time he stared at me blankly, and then realizing that this was, other people could hear me speaking, and then I got quieter, and then I got embarrassed, and then, I just didn't have anything left to give up.
Hello, how are you? People are not patient nowadays. They are not very patient.